A retired couple walked into my shop last spring with a list they printed off the internet. 10 SUVs, all wrong. A 2019 Chevy Equinox with a turbo 1.5-liter that eats oil. A 2016 Nissan Rogue with a continuously variable transmission that is basically a ticking time bomb past 80,000 miles. A 2018 Ford Escape with a problem that sent coolant into the cylinders, a problem Ford never properly addressed. They were about to spend their retirement savings on a vehicle that would nickel and dime them into the ground. I tore up their list, sat them down, and told them what I am about to tell you. There are 3 SUVs on the used market right now, all under $15,000, that will outlast a brand new RAV4 while costing you less per year in maintenance than most people spend on streaming subscriptions. Today, I am counting down my top 3 dirt cheap SUVs for retired couples on a fixed income. I am going deepest on number 1 because that SUV is the single best retirement vehicle I have ever recommended. Let's get into it. Number 3, Hyundai Santa Fe. This is the SUV that nobody expects to find on a mechanic's recommendation list. But the third-generation Santa Fe with the 3.3-liter V6 from 2014 to 2018 is one of the most quietly reliable SUVs I have worked on in my career. And it is absurdly cheap right now. Let me tell you about a retired couple from my church. Jim and Linda, both 68, came to me last year after their 2008 Honda Pilot finally hit 260,000 miles and the transmission started slipping. They were on a fixed income, Social Security, and a modest pension, and their budget was $12,000, hard ceiling, no payments. They wanted something comfortable for long drives to visit grandkids 3 states away. I found them a 2016 Santa Fe Limited with the V6 and all-wheel drive, 74,000 miles, heated leather seats, panoramic sunroof, blind spot monitoring. They paid $11,400. That was 14 months ago. Total maintenance since then was 2 oil changes and a cabin air filter under $200. Linda told me it is the quietest, most comfortable vehicle she has ever owned. Jim said the heated seats changed his life because his back acts up in the winter. Here is what makes the third-generation Santa Fe a retirement gem. The 3.3-liter Lambda 2 V6 produces 290 horsepower and is naturally aspirated, so there are no turbochargers to fail and no direct injection carbon buildup issues. It runs on regular unleaded fuel, which matters when you are watching every dollar. The transmission is a conventional 6-speed automatic, not a CVT, not a dual clutch. It is a traditional torque converter unit that shifts predictably and lasts. Reliable. RepairPal gives the Santa Fe a reliability rating of 4 out of 5, which ranks it second out of 26 midsize SUVs. The average annual repair cost is $515, which is below the $573 segment average and well below the $652 average for all vehicles. The probability of needing a major repair is just 10% compared to 13% for the midsize SUV average, affordable. Now here is the kicker that matters specifically for retirees. If you buy a 2016 Santa Fe with the V6 and it was originally sold within the last 10 years, you may still be within Hyundai's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That warranty is transferable. On a fixed income, having your engine and transmission covered by the manufacturer is not a luxury. It is a lifeline. Current pricing for a 2016 to 2018 Santa Fe V6 with 60,000 to 90,000 miles runs $9,500 to $14,000. Compare that to a same-year Toyota Highlander at $20,000 to $26,000. You are getting the same basic formula, a reliable V6 three-row crossover for literally half the price. Here is my inspection checklist for retired buyers. First, check the oil level and color. Some 2013 to 2019 Santa Fe's with the 2.4-liter four-cylinder had oil consumption issues, but the 3.3 V6 does not share that problem, so stick with the V6. Second, test every heated and powered feature, heated seats, power mirrors, rear liftgate. Third, look at the undercarriage for rust, especially on vehicles from northern states. Fourth, find one from a warm climate with dealer service records. A retired couple who traded up and left behind a gently driven Santa Fe is your goldmine. But if you think the Santa Fe is overlooked, wait until you hear about this next SUV. It shares its engine with a $40,000 Lexus, and you can buy it right now for under $12,000. Number 2, Toyota Venza. The first-generation Toyota Venza from 2009 to 2015 might be the most perfectly designed retirement vehicle ever built, and nobody seems to know it exists. Toyota discontinued it because it did not sell well when it was new. That was one of the dumbest decisions Toyota ever made, and it is your gain. A couple months ago, a retired school teacher came to me. She was 64 years old, with bad knees after 35 years in a classroom. She had been looking at RAV4s, but could not find one under $18,000 that did not already have 100,000 miles. I asked her one question: can you step up into a tall SUV comfortably? She said no. That was her biggest worry. I showed her a 2014 Venza X LEV6 with all-wheel drive. It had 82,000 miles, and the price was $11,200. She sat down in it, not climbed up. She sat down. The step in height on the Venza is lower than almost any crossover on the market. It was designed so older adults and people with mobility issues could get in and out without grabbing the door frame and hoisting themselves up. She bought it on the spot and drove it to Florida and back without a single issue. Here is the detail that should make every budget-conscious retiree pay attention. The Venza 5.6 uses the Toyota 2GRFE engine. This is the exact same engine found in the Lexus RX 350. Same block, same heads, same internals. When you buy a Venza 5.6, you are buying a Lexus powertrain in a Toyota wrapper at a fraction of the price. The 2GRFE is chain-driven, so there is no timing belt to replace, no turbo to fail. It runs on regular unleaded and produces 268 horsepower. I have personally seen these engines go past 300,000 miles with nothing but routine maintenance. The transmission is a 6-speed automatic, no CVT, no dual clutch, just a proven torque converter unit that does its job and lasts. Cars.com owners give the 2015 Venza a reliability rating of 4.9 out of 5. Owner after owner reports years of ownership with nothing but oil changes and brake pads. For retired couples specifically, the Venza is special for 3 reasons. First, that low step-in height. When your knees or hips are not what they used to be, getting in and out of your vehicle matters more than horsepower. Second, with only 2 rows and no third row, you get 70 cubic feet of cargo space behind the front seats. That is more than most 3-row SUVs. Room for luggage, golf clubs, whatever retirement throws at you. Third, The ride quality is sublime, based on the Camry platform tuned for comfort with wide seats and a quiet cabin. Pricing is where it gets insulting. A 2013 to 2015 Venza 5.6 with 70,000 to 100,000 miles goes for $9,000 to $15,000. A same year Lexus RX 350 with the exact same engine costs $18,000 to $25,000. You are paying up to $10,000 less for the same powertrain and the same Toyota reliability. The Venza just does not have the Lexus badge. Shopping checklist. First, stick with the V6. The 4-cylinder is adequate, but the V6 is the star. Second, check the all-wheel drive system. Do full lock turns in a parking lot. Any binding or clunking, walk away. Third, listen for suspension noise over bumps. Some may need strut replacements by now, about $600 to $800 for a pair. Fourth, try to find one that was owned by an older couple. The Venza was marketed to empty nesters when new. Many were babied, garage kept, and maintained on schedule. If this kind of honest car advice is helping you, hit subscribe. I have more videos coming on the best vehicles for people who refuse to waste money. Now let me tell you about number one. Number one, Lexus RX 350. Before you click away, thinking a Lexus is not dirt cheap, hear me out. The third generation Lexus RX 350 from 2010 to 2015 has depreciated to a point where it is genuinely affordable, and what you are getting for the money is borderline absurd. A retired Air Force colonel came to me 2 years ago. He and his wife were spending retirement driving across the country, visiting national parks. They needed something comfortable for 8-hour highway days, reliable enough that they would never worry about breaking down in Wyoming, and cheap enough to protect their nest egg. Their budget was $17,000. I pulled up a 2013 RX 350 with all-wheel drive, 91,000 miles, one owner, full dealer service history, $16,800. He said he thought Lexus cost $40,000. I told him they do when new. At 10 years old, they cost less than a base model Nissan Rogue, and they will still be running when that Rogue is in a junkyard. He bought it. They have since driven it to 147,000 miles across 38 states. The only repair was a water pump at 128,000 miles for $720. He told me this car does not feel like it has 147,000 miles on it. The RX 350 uses the same 2GR FE V6 as the Venza, the same bulletproof engine, chain-driven, naturally aspirated, and running on regular fuel. But Lexus wrapped it in a cabin engineered from the ground up for comfort and refinement. The noise insulation is leagues ahead of any Toyota. The cabin is whisper quiet at highway speed. The seats are wider, softer, and more supportive. For a couple spending hours in a vehicle every day, the difference between a Toyota cabin and a Lexus cabin is the difference between coach and first class. Consumer Reports has consistently rated the RX among the most reliable SUVs you can buy. The powertrain routinely goes 300,000 miles. The 6-speed automatic transmission paired with these models is the same proven unit found across Toyota's lineup. A 2012 to 2014 RX 350 with 80,000 to 110,000 miles now sells for $13,000 to $18,000. That value means a Lexus SUV with heated leather, a premium sound system, and a powertrain that makes German luxury brands look like amateurs in reliability for the price of a used Kia Sportage. Compare that to a brand new 2026 RAV4 at over $33,000. You could buy the RX, drive it 150,000 more miles, spend maybe $3,500 total on maintenance, and still come out $10,000 ahead. On a fixed income, that is a year of groceries. That is real money staying in your pocket. Inspection checklist. First, check the dashboard for cracking. Some 2010 to 2013 models in hot climates had this issue. Lexus extended a warranty enhancement, so verify it was addressed. Second, listen to the engine at idle. It should be inaudible inside the cabin. Any ticking or knocking, walk away. Third, inspect the driver's seat bolster for wear. High mileage examples show it first there. Fourth, budget $350 for brake jobs every 50,000 to 60,000 miles. That is the biggest recurring expense, and it is still cheaper than one repair bill on most German SUVs. Who should buy it? Every retired couple who wants to buy one vehicle and never think about it again. Highway travelers who value silence and comfort. Anyone who assumed Lexus was out of budget without checking the used market. Who should skip it? If you need maximum cargo space, the RX is a 2-row, 5-seater with adequate but not enormous storage. If you want Apple CarPlay, the 2010 to 2015 infotainment is dated. If fuel economy is your top priority, the V6 gets about 20 miles per gallon in the city and 28 miles per gallon on the highway, decent but not hybrid territory. So there it is, 3 SUVs. The used market practically gives away that will outlast a brand new RAV4 and treat your retirement savings with respect. The Hyundai Santa Fe with its smooth V6 and a powertrain warranty that still has your back. The Toyota Venza, the Lexus RX's secret twin that costs half as much and was built for easy entry for aging joints. And the Lexus RX 350, the finest retirement SUV ever made, now selling for less than a loaded Kaya. Next time someone tells you reliable SUVs are expensive, send them this video. Subscribe for more straight talk from someone who has been under the hood for over 2 decades. Drive safe. Take care of your car, and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. I will see you in the next one.